Right. Okay, I went outside and I cut a little 1/4-inch piece of wood. It's about 1.5 inches long. Now 1.5 by 5/8 inches wide. Okay. Now, where's my pen? There it is. There's my pencil. All we're gonna do is we're just gonna draw a little. You can just kind of draw a little sword. Just like that. Want to make it bigger? We can. We're just going to draw a little sword, and then we're going to put a little handle on it, okay? Well, you can draw something fancy if you want to. I'm not going to worry about it. Now let's go ahead. Now you want to be careful because this is a small piece of wood. Just want to go ahead and cut it out. Okay. And we're just kind of make it like that. You can go ahead and do it all the way up here like that. See that? Okay. Now let's go ahead and come right here where the handle's going to be. We'll cut. There we go. We'll cut where our little handle's going to be. Let's cut this down here. There we go. And cut this down here. As we look at the piece, we'll make a little cut in there. Now be careful, this is small. So this is where our handle's going to be. Let me draw the so I can see where I'm doing. Okay, you take this and you draw this up so I can see about where the handle is going to be on this side. I cut right there. You want to make small cuts though, you don't want to make large cuts, and you do your little V cuts just like that. You see, it's going to fit in his hand just like that, okay? So you want to bring this down. Well, here, like I said, be careful. I would wear a thumb guard if I were you. If you haven't carved that long, I would wear a thumb guard in this area in case you slip. I've done this many a time, so that's why I'm not wearing one. Of course, I know I don't want any letters. You know, well, yeah, I know. Okay. See how it's going to fit in his hand like that, in other words? Okay. Let's continue to bring this down. Bring this down. Now if you want to make the sword bigger, you can. I'm just trying to kind of make it the size here. Like here where his stick is sticking up. Let's take and Just make a little V cut in there. Thing of the sword. There we go. And let's make a V cut in here. So we can kind of slice down. Here we go. Sort of like that. And we want to cut this in here. If we look at it, we've got a little, we're going to just cut this. And then we want to come here. We want to cut this too, right in here. The front of the back, the handle, right in here. We're going to make that small. And the back of the handle. I'm going to bring that down. And we want to make it almost round. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and bring this down. Here we go. It's very, very small in here, so you want to be very, very careful, because this is just going to fit right inside the hand here, but we want to bring it down enough, in other words, where, and this is too much, got to bring down a lot. Now, as far, I see it's getting better like that, in other words. As far as the sword, it's way too thick. So what do we got to do? We got to take it, and very carefully, we got to start bringing down on both sides to have that angle that we want, okay? Thinning it up. And that's for the whole thing. Bring this down right here. But we got to bring it down. Now, when you cut it, you want the grain to be going this way now. You don't want to, you don't want the grain. And on each side of that sword, we start bringing it down, sort of a bevel on the sword. There you go. On each side. See what we're doing here? Oh, I'm sorry. I dropped it. Well, let me see. It's probably under my shoe. You know, isn't it funny how you drop something and you see it hit the ground and you look and you can't find the thing? Is that right? This is embarrassing. I'm sorry, just a minute. I might have to move the camera so I can look. We can see where that thing is. I saw it drop. I saw it hit. Wow, what happened here? Where is it? I am flabbergasted, folks. I cannot find the thing. Let me get up and see what happened here. What in the world is going on here? Let me move my chair. Now that is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Oh, there it is. Okay, I found it finally. It's weird sometimes how you see something fall and you think it's exactly where you saw it fall, and it falls and hits and goes somewhere else. Okay, here we go. Watch it, the grain changes as you work on it. Now see the bevel we have right there? Right in there. There we go. Okay, continue to, you really have to be careful with it this close to your fingers. But you just have to scrape it, get the, there it goes. We're getting the, hope I don't drop it again. Of course, I gotta admit my eyes are not the best in the world. There we go. Alright, see that? See the bevel shape? And how it's just gonna fit in the hand like that? It should stick out far enough when it's in the hand. Alright. Well, alright, I've carved a little, I hope you've seen this. I tell you, it's so small, my hand's probably getting in the way. I apologize. But anyway, here's a little sword. Now I'm going to go out, and I'll, look, don't accuse me of not letting you see this, because I mean, everybody knows how to drill a hole in a hand, okay? They just drill I have a moto tool that does it. And you stick it in there and you glue it in there, and then you take your knife and you just finish off your hand. In other words, you bring it down more like that. In other words, that's why I don't do it at first, because I want to go ahead and drill my hole, and it makes it so much easier. And so there's our little sword, and I'm gonna, now look, to make a cigar for his mouth is so simple. You just take a little wooden dowel, and the way a toothpick is shaped, folks, let me get a toothpick for a minute, okay? Toothpicks are just absolutely excellent. Now in this case, a toothpick is really too small, but so I have to use. Now look the way a toothpick is made, okay? When you start to do a cigar or anything like that, in other words, look at the way the toothpick is made. It's exactly the same way. Now if you take apart that toothpick and you break it off, just, well, let me do this. Okay, just like that. And you break that part off. And you put it in his mouth, it's almost like a cigar or a cigarette, okay? But you got to shorten it just enough. But in this case, it's a little bit too small to make it a cigar, okay? So you go out there and you take a dowel and you see how a toothpick is shaped, and you start just shaving all that till you get a point, and you bring the dowel down. You just keep doing that and then you just cut off that end right there, and you've got your little cigars all. It's very simple, very simple. It's not difficult. It's not hard. It's very, very easy to do, to make a cigar or whatever, okay? And now I'm going to do that, and then I'll come show him to you, and I'll get the little sword in his hand. I want to just clean that up right in there. I'll get the little sword in his hand, and I'll get the, and then we'll do the painting part of it. All right? Okay. Well, I'll be right back.